The dunk, one of the most legendary plays in sports. The sheer dominance of a poster is far from easy. It's an overpowering display of athletic ability, a mix of being destroyed and humiliated for the poor scrub on the receiving end of the slam. Blake Griffin, probably the most polarizing dunker of this decade. This man has more posters than LeBron has finals losses. He's dubbed the force of nature because everyone knows he's coming, but there's nothing you can do to stop him. I mean, there is literally nothing you can do to stop him. So the play starts when Chris Paul fakes and feeds it to Griffin, who literally flies up, pauses, realizes he was fouled, goes another level, and absolutely throws it down. All I have to say is rip number 25. That was nasty. Every single person in the gym holding their breath and saying prayers for number 25. Matt. Giannis Antetokounmpo, a 7-foot monster who hurdles grown men like they're the average 2-foot fence. All I gotta say is when there's 2 or 3 guys chasing you down on a fast break, you know your career is about to end a very quick and painful ending. Especially when one of the guys chasing you down is the Greek freak. I mean, Giannis didn't even notice there was a defender in front of him. He just leaped straight for the ball, and the defender stood there in horror, frozen by the fear of being posterized. He ended up being hurdled and posterized in the same play. Imagine spending your whole life trying to be an NBA player, and in one moment, all your dreams are ended by a single dunk.
Giannis trailing the lob. Oh!
I mean, he's 6'6" and got jumped over like it's a track meet. Alright, so we got a couple players on a fast break, and Pippen gets a bullet pass from his teammate. He dunks all over Ewing, shoves him down, and asserts his dominance. Like you know it's getting real when they want to fight you straight up. We all know Ewing went home and questioned every single decision of his life, trying to act all tough after he gets dehumanized by Pippen. But in all seriousness, man, this was a human. He had a life. All I gotta say is, fly high, Ewing. Rest in peace.
Your most disrespectful dunk?
Yes, and still Patrick Ewing do not speak to me because of that dunk.
Alright, so Shawn Kemp, Hall of Famer and legendary dunker, gets the ball at the wing, and we all know a murder's about to go down. He pulls out the classic cradle, only to windmill the ball in number 53's head. 2 men went up, and only 1 man made it down alive. Number 53 just got bodied, only to fall on the ground in absolute shame. And the disrespect after the dunk, the pointing just makes it straight up disgusting. Props to Shawn Kemp for destroying a man's ego. Kobe Bryant could have a list of his own legendary dunks. But for the purpose of the video, here's one that left his defender in pure shame. So Kobe brings the ball down the court, does a quick crossover, beats his defender, and gets picked up by Ben Wallace as he soars from the free throw line to throw it down. I mean, look at Wallace as he flails his arms in the air, only to get shoved onto the ground once again. He sits there humiliated, as none of his own teammates help him at his sheer embarrassment. I mean, when your own teammates aren't helping you up, there's a problem. Dominique Wilkins, a man who's left countless men in utter disgrace with his poster slams. Here, he sprints out for the outlet pass and weaves through the Celtics defense, beating all but one, Larry Bird. Larry stretches his arm above the rim, but it isn't enough as Wilkins towers over him. He dunks the ball with such power that Larry hits his head on the rim, spins in the air, and lands on the ground, humbled, as Wilkins makes the entire world doubt how he could possibly be named Larry the Legend Bird. The ball's fumbled in the air after the Nets missed the layup. Eerie silence sweeps over the nervous Heat crowd as Vince Carter rebounds the ball, crossing it behind his back and charging down the lane, challenging any Heat defender to pick him up. Alonzo Mourning reaches up timidly as Carter rams into him, thrusting him backwards in midair before double pumping the ball and slamming it down on his head. Even his teammates are mourning this one. You can already tell Jordan's about to punish the Knicks as they attempt to wall his team off on a near full court press. He waits for the outlet pass and is double teamed outside the three-point line, but to no avail after he shakes off one defender and is picked up by yet another. He twists on the baseline, leaving two defenders embarrassed behind him, and is finally picked up by a fourth defender, Ewing. Ewing attempts to hold him back, but Jordan unleashes the slam on his head, picking up the foul to rub the salt in the wound. Ewing is left in pure shock as Jordan asserts his dominance once again.
Steps out, up he goes, yes! Oh my. Second foul on Ewing.
The year 2000, France built their greatest team they possibly could. As you know, for a country like France, that doesn't mean very much. But nonetheless, players traveled to Sydney, Australia, hopeful that they could perform somewhat well this year. All of their hopes were shattered mercilessly when Frederick Weiss, a 7-foot monster, was completely hurdled by Vince Carter. Imagine working your whole life to achieve a difficult goal, being drafted in the first round and becoming an Olympian, just to be remembered as the guy Vince Carter jumped over that one time. Chris Paul and DeAndre Jordan, a duo that decimated defenders across the league as they struggled to keep up with their explosiveness. Every night, teams entered Staples Center with the only goal of not being on the Lob City mixtape that night. And this play is no exception, as Chris Paul runs down the court and spots Jordan in the corner of his eye, rising for the dunk. He lobs it up to him as he jams the ball on his head, leaving him contemplating whether ball really is life. Even the ball wants to kill Brandon Knight as it bounces on his head after he's dropped dead on the floor. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more great content. And as always, until next time.